Yo, what's happening, people? And welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast, where you're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way. And you haven't seen us since the season
I was going to
ended.
say, it's been a minute, man.
We left, we tactically left the season before that last weekend because we knew what was coming.
Sopranos
Obviously.
exit.
Yeah, exactly. We did. Everyone could determine for themselves why we left it like that, why we did it like that.
Who knows?
Exactly. But no, we're back. Obviously, in the interest of the intro and unbiased opinions and stuff, congratulations to Pepper, Man City, 4 in a row, all of that. Man United won a trophy, right? Congratulations to Ten Hag. Congratulations.
I wasn't mad at that
after their worst season in the Premier League.
ever.
But obviously, we thought we'd pod this week. Euros start on Friday.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the football world
I was gonna say,
it just churns out content.
I mean, there's a lot that's happened. It's
Exactly.
even actually tough to keep up, because even when we spoke about what we could potentially speak about, since then, like 3 or 4 more crazy things have happened in the world of football.
And there's been no actual football, but there's still.
There was the Champions League final.
Points. Yeah.
Must be said. Shout out Real Madrid.
Congratulate Madrid, Carlo.
Yeah.
Vini,
Everybody.
Kroos.
Yeah, Carvajal.
Actually, you know what? On that, I didn't actually have this written down, but we'll take a couple minutes to talk about Toni Kroos, because he has been up on the wall potentially every episode.
Yeah. Mainstay.
He is one of probably my favorite football player that I've seen maybe last 10, 15 years or so. And he's retired from club football. Obviously, he went out with the Champions League as potentially expected given his career.
Yeah.
I think that might have been 6 for him. And he's going to retire after the Euros. But a player like Toni Kroos he's a player that for certain people he denies kind of what a stereo, especially if you're like what they call prem-tards, yeah. You look at Toni Kroos and you think
he can't do
there's certain things that aren't in his game.
Yeah.
Right? Which might be the case, obviously, to a certain extent, but because a footballer like that is so intelligent and their IQ is so many levels above everyone else on the pitch that they don't need those things.
Yeah.
And I think that's rare to find it. Granit Xhaka also on the wall is another one that I always used to try and I preface with, he's not close to Toni Kroos, but he's the similar kind of player.
I was going to say, if we can, we've done our whole pod the whole year, if we can sit here and hype, Jorginho, moments, then Toni Kroos can 100%. Yeah. Not just play football in the Premier League, for example, but
100%. Be the best player.
Exactly.
He would come and be the best midfielder.
Exactly.
For
his career is illustrious, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And his playing style is el jugador, as they say.
Yeah.
In Spain, like I don't know. Everybody, you've probably already seen everybody sort of take on Toni Kroos, the superlatives, the trophies, everything runs itself. But just I think the ability, I always respect athletes who can, Toni Kroos has ended his career kind of early, so to speak, but who can just do it for 12 years at the highest level. Not even like, he's not even a guy that's been really fighting for any sort of mid-table battles much in his career. He's always been fighting for the top stuff for 12 years.
And winning.
And more than just participating, being a huge sort of part of that.
Whilst... Even I obviously, because they play for the same team and whatever, people always have the debate about Kroos or Modric. And to be fair, you can stand on either side. And I've always kind of sided with Kroos. I think Modric's longevity, I always used to think, that probably gives him a slight edge.
Oh, I would side with Modric though.
But then I've seen like this season and maybe in previous seasons that Kroos is now the midfielder in there with Tchouaméni and Camavinga or Bellingham or whoever it might be, Fed, Valverde, and Modric is the one. But I think,
it's interesting because you would actually think that Kroos' game translates for more longevity.
Yeah.
And Modric is already 39.
I think both of them do, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. But, Modric is more so like he gets around the pitch, he uses his legs, he's running. I think that's why he can't do 80, 90 minutes.
1v1.
Whereas Toni Kroos can literally control the tempo, control the passing, spray it. That spray from Toni Kroos, he can do that when he's 45, 50, 60.
Yeah,
It's like Brady. Like he can always do that perfect spiral to the right back. He can always do that long ball, the ball in between. I mean, you said it. You saw in the Champions League final, like his intelligence, man, like, and the bravery in his passing to play it between the lines like that, 24/7. To ask Camavinga or Tchouaméni, take this.
Yeah,
it's he will truly, truly be missed. And to be honest, man, he actually has the opportunity to go out as a Champions League winner and a Euros winner, which would like complete everything for him. Win everything
in Germany.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Country.
So, I'm rooting for him still.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad that we won't be talking about him sort of as his playing days, but you've definitely been a huge admirer of his. As a Real Madrid fan, even got the top one. I've been a huge admirer of his, so he definitely deserves some love here.
Yeah, and one thing I've always loved about Toni Kroos is that you mentioned his passing there, his ability to break the lines. Obviously, what he does on the ball in terms of passing, in terms of even defensively, kind of his anticipation, knowing where to be, has always been top level. But when you're coming up against a team that's going to sit deep and try and just hold you out, and that ball gets pulled back for Toni Kroos on the edge of the box.
Yeah, carpet.
1-0, deadlock broken, left foot, right foot, any type of finish. There's that compilation of him just side footing it into the bottom corner every time. And I think, he's one of the best players I've seen. And like you say, I kind of hope, controversially, maybe he might have some England fans watching this podcast. I kind of hope he goes out on a high.
He wins the
but like you said, there were a lot of things happening. Give Toni Kroos his flowers, wanted to do that. There's a managerial merry-go-round. And when I was making these notes yesterday of just what we're going to talk about, I actually wrote here, still no decision on Ten Hag. But then at 10 p.m. last night,
breaking news
came out. You whacked it in the chat straight away.
Of course.
That's how I found out.
Of course.
The Ten Hag.
It's like your 9/11. That's where were you when you?
Ten Hag is staying. Ineos have made the decision that Ten Hag's going to stay. He's going to get a new contract, and this comes after. Obviously, David Ornstein released it last night and whatever in that Athletic article. And from what we've known, because before the FA Cup final, remember the story was regardless of the result, Ineos are sacking Ten Hag.
Yeah. Right?
And we know from that article, they spoke to Tuchel. They were in deep conversations with Tuchel. They spoke to De Zerbi, Thomas Frank, all these guys, right? Pochettino even. So as much as part of me does think, you know what, at least Man United have somewhat learned and decided, we're going to hold out with this manager and just try and ride the storm, so to speak, and get through the other side. It's also like the way they've gone about it is very abundantly obvious that they wanted a new manager.
They know they need one, even though Ten Hag is staying.
Yeah,
they know they need a new manager.
It's not like a Mikel Arteta thing of, we back you.
Yeah.
You finished 8th. We've not had a great season, but we're not talking to other managers. We're not seeing who else is out there. We back you.
Yeah.
Right. Ten Hag knows, these fans, they don't back me. They're trying to find a new guy. They couldn't get a new guy, so they've stuck with me.
Do you know another scene that's come to my mind? I said it before. I was talking about, it's like, if those of you who watch Force, when Tommy keeps Vic alive, it's also like in Breaking Bad, when Jesse gets not abducted, but taken by at the very end, and he's forced to cook crack. He's forced to cook meth.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. In the cellar. Yeah, sorry. He's forced to cook meth in the cellar with the chains on. Like, I think Ineos are telling Ten Hag, like, this is your mess to clean up as well. Like, if they could, they would definitely know they need a new manager. But I feel as if they know, if I sack Ten Hag, and I bring a new manager in, that new manager is going to want to clean house. Yeah, we're gonna have to put money up now, immediately.
Yeah,
push guys out the door, get guys in, and even then, it could still be a bloodbath, and the new manager could lose his footing, and then in a year's time,
and also money, which apparently they don't have.
Exactly, which is a whole other thing. Yeah. So I think it's a situation in which they're going to tell Ten Hag, you better get the best out of the people that you signed.
Yeah.
for
No
the next
players.
for the next 6 months, however long it will be, a year. We'll do our best to get rid of the dead wood. But once we have new furniture in here, you better believe we're
Well, to be fair though, at the same
that's just
time,
how I see it.
as much as Ten Hag's gonna know, yeah, they tried to get another manager.
You want an FA Cup,
This
it
is
must
your
be said.
lifeline.
Yeah,
Like, regardless of that, this is your chance to now go and prove that
you can
you
keep
are
it.
the man, you are the guy, and whatever. And if he does have a good, like, to be honest, yeah, if we're being 100% real, I think if Ten Hag, because they suffered badly with injuries last season, right?
Yeah.
And obviously it's not a case of they're not going to get any injuries. They will still get some injuries, but if they can keep a relatively fit squad, they can definitely compete for top four. Right?
Yeah.
We know the top four race is whack.
Yeah.
Newcastle got it 2 years ago. Villa got it last year.
Yeah.
They can definitely compete for top four, right? And if Man United get back in the top four next season, Ten Hag will stay another year. So I don't think it's purely a case of because if it starts going bad, then obviously they sack him or whatever. But
it's well, okay, that is true.
And then all roads lead to Southgate.
That is true.
If they sack Ten Hag October,
if they sack Ten Hag, all roads do lead to Southgate.
Yeah.
And look, I don't know. I half give United credit, as you're saying, for not just like doing what they've been doing for the past couple of seasons, ripping it all up.
Yeah. And also not
Getting
telling
a big name.
not telling Tuchel, because I think Tuchel would have taken that job. He's always talking about how he wants to come back to England. And stuff.
Yeah.
I bet if they had lied to Tuchel and said, "Yeah, you got 150 million to spend this summer," at least they've learned. Yo, we can't just the Jose thing. Yeah, do you remember when they were telling Jose finished second behind Pep, and they were like, "Yeah, next summer, 100 million, three world class players," and they gave him Lee Gron, Diogo Dalot, and Fred. That was their transfer window to go and compete. So at least they're not lying. At least Ineos know, yo, we just need to be brutally honest.
Yeah,
because that's just going to cause more problems in the future.
Yeah, no. So look, as I said, they do definitely deserve some credit for not the new manager. If they was to come in this season, what do you do? Like Luke Shaw, you can't trust him. We've done all this. United's sort of worst transfers.
He's definitely going to trust Luke Shaw, though.
But
Ten Hag's definitely going to trust Luke Shaw.
Well, Ten Hag, I feel like he's made his bed. Yeah. And the interesting thing as well about keeping Ten Hag is, I was going to say, anyway, let me finish my point. So if a new manager was to come in, man, it's a bloodbath. And I think Man United are doing the right thing, hopefully, well, not hopefully for us, but for their sake, in terms of cleaning the house, whilst Ten Hag can be the whipping boy for whatever may come of that. And if it gets better and Ten Hag keeps his job, you look good anyway for keeping him around.
Ineos get the praise.
However, if it doesn't get better and, things stay the same or things potentially get worse, it's still all on Ten Hag's head.
Yeah, you can just sack him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, they've put themselves in a semi-decent position, man. Not decent position. It could work out for them. Yeah. But the summer, man, the transfer, like the team itself, needs major surgery. Yeah. And if Ten Hag doesn't have a game plan for fully fit Martinez and all that stuff he was talking about, the reporters, all those guys, Sam Luckhurst and all those guys that he kicked out, they're waiting. They're waiting for United to have a fully fit season and not finish top four.
Yeah. Because that's all Ten Hag. That's all he said is that with a fully fit squad, he can play his football. He can do what he needs to do. And
I agree with you as much as United with a fully fit squad can and should challenge for top four. But I could also see United under Ten Hag with a fully fit squad still not making top four.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed compete.
But they will 100% compete. But
because you can be pretty bad and still compete in top four.
We see, exactly.
Right. Even Man United the season just gone. I know they've ended up finishing 8th, yeah. But for how we were sat here in March, April, they're catching Tottenham. They're 6 points behind. And I know Tottenham didn't make it either, but Tottenham were there right until the end, right? Man United could have a bad season and still compete for it. They might not get it, and obviously if they don't get it, that's going to be bad for Ten Hag. But on the player perspective, I think one of the biggest negatives about keeping Ten Hag is that players have an issue with Ten Hag.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So certain players have to be sold.
Even certain, and this is even just, obviously Jadon Sancho is like the number one guy that comes to mind, but this is even beyond Jadon Sancho. You got Maguire, you've got McTominay, who Ten Hag put on the transfer list last season and said the club has to move forward from these guys. They needed them all season. Yeah, now you've come towards the end of another season and it's like, Maguire's probably in Ten Hag's room. Yeah. Maguire was hoping Ten Hag could go. Gone. Yeah, for all these, so like Maguire and McTominay and these guys are coming to Ten Hag and saying, all right, what's really happening here for me next season? Yeah. So obviously you got Sancho, which is a big one. Yeah, but you've got all these other guys from top to bottom of the squad. yeah, who are like, all right, what's really happening? Malacia, man, top 10 West side. Malacia's coming back from injury, and he's gonna say, are you actually gonna play me this year? Yeah, and Ten Hag is probably gonna say, yeah, we need a new left back. Like,
Yo, I don't know where Malassia's been. He can't have been injured this whole
yeah.
time.
So this
But
is why,
Casemiro, we know there's been a bit of beef there.
yeah.
And one guy that I hope decides, I want to win some trophies, Marcus Rashford.
Speak on it.
And I think that one could be not even like remove because I still think it's a long shot for Arsenal to be able to get a deal done for Marcus Rashford with the transfer fee, with the wages, with everything that's going to be involved in it. I think it's a long shot. So take all that aside, purely for Marcus Rashford and for Man United, I think it's the best decision for both of them to cut ties. I think for
it's
Rashford,
the best time.
Exactly. For Rashford, he can go somewhere, wherever that is, whether it's abroad and go and try and win trophies, go and try and play his best football, influence games at the highest level that we know he can do. And for Manchester United, they can remove this Rashford cloud of Rashford's big money contract. The Aubameyang thing that we had, Rashford's big money contract, just signed this last year. Look at his performances.
That was
when Man United play bad, they're coming for Rashford. Rashford's
that was
coming out
bad
on Twitter. I think for the Man United side as well, you can cut ties with Rashford now and say, okay, we might lose a potentially good player, but how he's been at Man United and where the trajectory is going under Ten Hag still, maybe for both of them, it's the best time.
No, I do 100% agree with that. I think, look, Rashford will probably admit that this might be his like worst year as a professional footballer, both like on and off the pitch, the abuse he suffered, all that kind of stuff. I don't know if Rashford was to go abroad, I don't know where he goes, because I think I'm not Rashford, I don't know, I've never spoken to him, but I feel like he's the type of guy that would try and go to Spain. Yeah, but he's not going to go to Real Madrid, obviously. They've just done their thing. Barcelona,
I don't think he would go there.
See what I'm saying? And
they
then
definitely can't pay that.
And so if he's not
PSG,
and that's the thing,
the fashion thing.
But I don't know if.
But then the PSG owners coming out and saying we're just signing Parisian players. We've made mistakes before. We just want Parisian players in the team.
Can you? I agree with you that it's going to be tough to really get Rashford, but I more so see him on an Arsenal shirt than the PSG shirt. Can you imagine Rashford slapping down a 3-year deal to sign with Paris Saint-Germain? Like, could you just imagine that?
Yeah.
Like,
I kind of.
I don't know. I feel like he would.
But again, I think
rather stay or go to another team in England.
True.
Than go and do the I'm just going to collect League Ones.
If Mbappe was still there, I could see it happening. But with Mbappe going, that team really doesn't look primed.
The league.
Challenge. Exactly, yeah, the league as well. And I do think if he does go somewhere in the Prem, I can't really see it being anywhere but Arsenal.
Chelsea?
No Champions League football, no European football.
But they slap him with a 500k contract. 10 years, locked in.
Yeah, but then Rashford may as well stay in United. If it's a money thing, just stay there. Pick up your bag. You don't have to move to London. You can live in Manchester. We all know how much you love Manchester. Just stay there. And you'll play European football.
Yeah.
Because United win the FA Cup, knock Chelsea out of... Chelsea have to play Conference League.
No,
so I think if Rashford makes a move, he's going to make a move for footballing reasons. But we'll talk about some of the other managerial stuff quickly. Maresca replaced Poch.
Project.
Yeah, Maresca, Leicester manager, just got promoted, won the championship. I'm replacing Pochettino, who had a good end to the season.
Yeah,
a lot of Chelsea fans were kind of like, "Yeah, we'll go with this for another year."
I was of mind. I thought that should have happened. I thought Pochettino should have stayed one more year. That he found not the formula at the end, but like he got them into Europa League. Yeah, and then they finally had some consistency. They finally knew the players they could trust. They were talking shit about Cucurella inverting, all this kind of stuff, and Chelsea fans were gassed. And now it's like it's the thing that we gave United praise for not doing. They've ripped it up. They've got a new guy in. He's gonna have to have a look at the dressing room. He's not gonna have the any say so in transfers. It looks like he's already signed on the dotted line. Yeah. But he's just got to figure out from who's there what he can work with, and then what the club can dispense. And you know what
I also think, I don't know too much about Maresca, so I'm not going to act like I do yet. But I also think that the writing was on the wall for Pochettino in a sense because of some of his comments from like March onwards in interviews about like, I don't know what the owners want. I don't know if they see if I'm going to be here next year. All of that. I think it's very much a thing of like Bowley, Egg Barley, whoever it is, want their kind of puppet.
Yeah. Don't say too much.
Yeah, just
Don't.
talk about the
Yeah,
football.
exactly.
Try and get
Anything
the
above
best
the
out of the play.
ownership,
You know, yeah,
they do their job. I do mine.
exactly. And they've given Maresca a 5-year deal. They gave Poch a 1-year deal.
Poch is in the Italian manager bracket, even though he's Argentinian. Of like after 6 months, I'm gonna start speaking my mind about what's going on at this establishment.
When results aren't going my way, I'm gonna tell you why they're not going my way.
Yeah, Poch is not. He's not the manager to like fall on the company sword.
But also, I think that's because he never really felt an attachment to Chelsea. Because he never really did too much. Like Levy's so easy to throw under the bus.
And
Poch never really did that, right? Even when Levy was stiffing him in transfer windows and all of that. So I think
it's true.
The one and that's partly Pochettino's fault, because Pochettino would always talk highly of Tottenham and his time there whilst being a Chelsea manager. Yeah, how do you think Maresca is going to get on?
I think they're right back at square one, man. I think he's got to have like if you was a Chelsea fan saying Poch needed 8 months or 7 months to figure the squad out X, Y, and Z, you could give Maresca the same thing. Where it's like we can't really say too much until he finds.
That's one thing we're saying. Ineos can sack Ten Hag in October and November.
Yeah,
Bowley cannot sack. You've just given him a 5-year deal and you got rid of Poch. Maresca needs to be in that job for 2 years minimum.
Yeah,
you can't sack Maresca.
You have to ride out, no matter how bad it gets.
12th, 13th. You said Maresca, here, take the keys, right? Run this ship. This is your vehicle, whatever. You can't sack Maresca.
Yeah, Chelsea fans have got to ride it out, and I think it could be one of those West Ham type of situations where they could finish or have roughly around the same season, but just play a different style of football. And it's like, how West Ham are begging, like, I want Moyes gone, to play a better style of football. Though, like, it could be a better style of football.
Yeah.
But the points, if you're a Chelsea, you can't be saying, at least we're playing good football now. You're
Chelsea fans have never cared about that.
Exactly. You're the guys who, we want to be dining at the top table trophies, X, Y, and Z. So
you'll sell your soul
if
for Jose.
I'm telling you now, Chelsea fans, if however many months down the line, it's like, oh yeah, we're still 8th and 9th, but at least we're playing good football now. I won't let that slide.
No. And I don't think they'll be doing that, bro. Like Chelsea fans, for all the Chelsea fans I know, they don't care about any of that. They just want to be at the top and they just want to be winning because that's all they've known under Abramovich. But look, I think to give Maresca his props, he's had a brilliant season.
He has. They won it.
They did win it. They almost, like, at one point it looked like they were going to storm away with it. But I think this is like Maresca's never coached a team at this level.
The media intensity. Lose 2 games in a row. Yeah. Have a sloppy loss to a team that you should have beaten.
Yeah.
Like, can you handle that at Chelsea Football Club? They start throwing out the stats. So this is the worst start ever in Chelsea's history, ever.
Yeah. and the other thing, with Pochettino is that we were saying here for so long when we used to compare the quality of the Chelsea squad and the Man United squad. Yeah. And towards the end of the season at Chelsea, Madueke was finding form.
Yeah.
Even Mudryk had found some sort of level. Nicholas Jackson, Enzo and Gallagher building their relationship, whatever. If Maresca comes in and now Noni's not in the team for 6-7 games, and then he's getting like minutes here and there, bench minutes, and that's a whole thing again, like started all over.
Sterling, man, what's Sterling thinking? How many managers have I seen coming? What consistency can I get? Guys,
Sterling thought this was Tuchel's Champions League again.
Guys,
but on that, quickly touch on this last one, Company replacing Tuchel.
Oh man, I'm torn between celebrating Company and also being like, how the hell has this happened?
I can't believe that's happened.
This is from a big club as well, the biggest club in Germany.
They went from Tuchel to Vincent Company.
Yeah. This
the guy who just got relegated. Like, whatever you want to say about the Burnley team, like, he did just get relegated. That's a fact. And now he's managing Bayern Munich in their mission to like overtake Leverkusen and go deep in the Champions League.
The world of football was shocked. Nobody was shocked more than Xavi Alonso when he was like, "Oh,
this is what you've got to compete with me.
Really?
I don't know how company in Bayern Munich search for a manager comes above De Zerbi.
He's got the presentations on lock.
You know that Thomas Frank.
This is what you're missing out from the Pep tutelage.
Yeah, true,
it's not just the on the pitch, it's the backroom presentations. You know companies study the buzzwords. And you can go into any room and say to any sort of board or executive team all the buzzwords. I'm going to start the gang and press here in these half spaces.
You've got plans for each players.
These are the triangles that we must stick to, and everybody's going to go, wow, there it is.
Yeah.
The Pep disciple.
Yeah. That's how Maresca got the Chelsea job. Maresca's Pep's guy. Comes in.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's the keyboard stuff.
But look, having said that, I do kind of hope company does
well. Yeah.
But,
I also do think that I don't know, doing well is not just enough at
no, it's not.
Bayern Munich. Like he's gone from having zero pressure. We're expecting you to lose games at Burnley because you have a poor squad, but you've been trying to play some decent stuff. To now, we can't have a loss and a draw in the same week ever. Yeah. Otherwise, it's there's always going to be that. Even if company was to win 2 trophies, there would still be the rumors of like, but Bayern are on Saturday. A new manager is going to be in the market, and and he's going to be German, and that is going to be constant. Constant.
That's going to be there.
It's not. I don't even know if you can do project stuff at Bayern Munich of clubs that size.
Yeah,
like it can't be like in 4 years.
Well, that's the one place that Pep kind of didn't fully put his stamp on, innit? Bayern Munich. And I think Vincent Kompany's style of football is gonna find some flaws when he comes up against high lines with pacey wingers and he's trying to compact the team.
I think I said this off air, and this is about the company thing. I was gonna say this about same thing with the Man United thing. Like, obviously Man United have kept Ten Hag, so we'll see whatever. But clubs of those sizes, I think the worst thing that can ever happen to those guys is they come up in a Champions League quarterfinal, semi-final, whatever it is, round of 16, and you get tactically outmaneuvered by, and not even a big dog, not even obviously Carlo can move to a lot of guys, obviously, but like a Sevilla or a Dortmund or whatever, like Leipzig. You get, exactly. If company gets Bayern Munich to round of 16s and quarterfinals, and then gets moved to by some, an Inzaghi. Which could definitely happen. That's when I think it's like
Simeone just schools him.
Exactly. I think that's when you'll be like, as a Bayern Munich
but
fan.
I would even allow company, because this is company's first ever time.
I hear that, but Bayern Munich can't go.
Munich won't allow
exactly. Bayern Munich can't go to a Champions League semi-final or quarter-final. Like even the one that Tuchel just lost,
and it'll be obvious as well.
Exactly.
You won't even have to know the game.
That's what I'm saying.
Too much to know. These man don't have a clue out there.
Tuchel, for however poor he was been this season. Yeah, in the Champions League, they held their own. Yeah. They lost by a goal, and there was some shifty stuff that Madrid were up to. It was top stuff.
Yeah. One thing you can always say about Tuchel is that he's never going to get tactically outcoached.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Get on to me about his man management, why he's not getting the best out of whoever.
Why style of play.
Yeah, why such and shots, isn't doing this. But
tactically, he'll get it right.
And that's what he takes at the big clubs, man. It's not like even the way you lose is important.
He's very Jose-esque.
Exactly. The way you lose is important, man. And I pray the best for company, but I really hope he doesn't go to these big places.
I do kind of want him to get scored like that.
Yo,
partly because
that's
of
when Bayern
moving from Burnley to Bayern.
That's when Bayern will pay for their mistake the most.
Yeah. Like if company's coming out and his major target is Zinchenko, and we speak highly of Zinchenko, even though he's had a poor season.
Yeah.
In the latter stages,
exactly.
That's and it's just ISO on Zinchenko.
We know where the space is. We know where the triangles
Dyer's
are. Yo. But maybe he'll do it. Maybe he is the actual disciple. Maybe he's the one.
And for Harry Kane at 31, another project.
It's ridiculous.
Company's got to build his team.
The luck is
ridiculous.
His
Harry Kane has gone to Bundesliga for guaranteed rings, guaranteed chips, and like you said, Xabi Alonso's sitting there like, this guy.
Yeah, really.
This is who you brought in.
I've just cleaned up an invincible.
But yeah, look, we'll Move it on to the main topic of today, which
Yeah.
is the Euros. They start on Friday. Football's back, 3 games a day.
Yeah.
There's also Copa America
It
starting
needs to be
soon as
said.
well.
I saw Martinelli scored, by the way, the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Brazil numbers are looking good, huh?
Yeah, just need to wrap up that Bruno G transfer.
Yeah. Get it done.
Douglas Luiz, by the way.
Yeah.
For
Peanuts.
Yeah, peanuts. Everyone's saying that's what Champions League gets you. Juve coming in and just nicking your players.
Weston McKennie.
Weston McKennie. I don't know how he does it. Weston McKennie's stint at Leeds was one of the worst midfielders I've seen in the league.
He's a walking fraud PO box. Like
how's he still getting involved in these?
You went this.
Why are Villa looking at it and saying, "Yeah, this guy failed at Leeds. Let's swap our best midfield player for Weston McKennie."
And the worst thing about it is the style of football that, like, they're the most opposite player, Weston McKennie. Yeah. Aston Villa have got 3 or 4 Weston McKennies already.
He's a poor man, John McGinn.
That Jacob Ramsey, you got John McGinn, you got that Rogers guy already in there.
Ramsey's levels, but like technically,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you've already got that guy who's running around, meant to be like connecting things and doing things. And all right, calm.
Camera and McKennie. Camera's a better player, of course, but they're the same player. Same attributes, same strengths.
Brendier, he's coming back. You on Brendier in the 8?
It's gonna be Villa's gonna be an interesting one next season. But yeah, look, we're gonna do our top 5 players to look out for at the Euros. And I'll preface that in a bit what we're gonna do. But before we get on to that, England groups up.
Oh yeah, must be.
We should talk about it. And obviously they lost to Iceland the other day.
You kill me. Yeah. Gareth not going in with the best form, is he?
No. And obviously the squad that's been selected and whatever, we've kind of had our say on it.
Yeah.
But what do you think England's best 11 is? If you were England manager and I think that Serbia is their first game.
Is it? Do you know what, man?
What's the lineup you're picking?
I would. Serbia for Serbia, yeah.
Yeah. Just first. Game.
Yeah. I'd go Trent.
Goalkeeper.
I'd go Pickford.
Okay, I've picked Ramsdale because I'll die on this hill. I think Ramsdale's a better goalkeeper.
Ramsdale is a better goalkeeper, but Pickford, he got a lot of clean sheets this year. He played football.
He did. But I can't. They both kind of have that passion gene.
Yeah, they got the passion. I just feel like, Pickford, he's coming off like probably his best season ever.
True.
And I do think Ramsdale's a better keeper, X, Y, and Z. But if Ramsdale had put in even 25 games, he might get. So I'll go Pickford. Honestly,
fair. We'll go Pickford.
I'd go Trent.
At right back.
I'm
picking Walker.
See, that's the thing. I'm not really I'm not really
Trent's
a Trent
in my
guy.
team, but
I'm not putting Trent in midfield. So I'm putting Trent because it's Serbia and he should be able to do his thing. And then I'm putting Konza, Stones.
Nitro starts pulling off to the left. The Ajax.
Konza.
Bring it down.
Konza.
Okay, so Trent, Konza, Stones.
Trippier. I can't bring myself to say Luke Shaw or Gomez even. But I'm not mad at Gomez. Gomez, he played all right. It's just
he can't be Gomez.
At that level. Yeah. Rice in the 6. Then Jude, then Foden, then Saka on the right, Kane, Gordon.
Okay. Yeah. Mine's slightly different. I've got Walker at right back.
I'll play Walker for as soon as you get to knockout round.
Yeah.
Walker.
And then so we're playing a big team. Are you keeping it Rice, Bellingham, Foden?
If we're playing a big team, because
the one I've gone Walker, Stones, Konza, Trippier.
Yeah.
And then I've gone Rice, Trent, Bellingham, Saka, Kane, Foden.
I don't know if I'm gonna move Trent into midfield like that because
I think that's the best. And also, I've said this to you off air before, but if Trent played for any other country, it would not be a question about whether this guy's going to start.
No, that's why I put him in the team versus Serbia.
If he was Spanish, if he was Italian, if he was German, it would not be a question of, is this guy going to start? It's a question of, where's he going to play?
But I don't think a Spanish team X, Y, and Z would move Trent into midfield. Like I think they those teams, the Spanish, the Italians, the Germans, they
Pep
know.
did it with Lom.
Yeah, no, exactly. But Lam, that's a different type of player. Even like we're looking at a guy who Pep, like drilled into looking over your shoulder, all that kind of stuff. That I know Trent has not necessarily been doing at a high level consistently. Like, is he going to be rigid? That you need to be.
He's not going to be that right back.
But that's the thing. A right back is like that. I think he's not mastered, but like right back is not his best position. But I think that's where he really, really, really should be playing because it allows him to excel and it also allows his mistakes to not mean as much. Because I do think if Trent is not rigid, if he's not rigid, if he's not next to Rice when he needs to be next to Rice in midfield, if he's not looking over his shoulder and guys are getting at him, you can't take the ball on the half time with his back to play, all that kind of stuff that we've not seen him do consistently over a season.
He's basically played
a German midfield, a Spanish midfield.
He's played an inverted role all season.
Yeah, but even being inverted,
and I think
for example,
if you've got Trent there on that right hand side of midfield with Rice, with Walker, with
you
Saka,
only really invert when you have the ball.
Yeah.
Like, we're asking Trent to be a full-time midfielder with or without the ball, be in these spaces, be in these places,
but then
be there.
Big game, and you've got Walker at right back now. Who's the midfield three?
Kobe.
No, bro. Bro, I beg you don't do this.
I actually think Kobe's a big game player. No. I would actually stick
Kobe over Trent.
No, I wouldn't. I'd actually stick with Rice, Bellingham, Foden, because Bellingham can do the athlete stuff.
Oh, but then I think, are we really saying Bellingham's better defensively than Trent?
I think that's no doubt in midfield. Yeah, Bellingham's better defensively than Trent. I think that's without a shadow of a doubt.
I don't think Bellingham's played as a false nine all season.
Carlos squeezed the most out of him than any manager.
And now we're going to a major tournament.
But Bellingham's,
and this is the thing.
Bellingham's stock and trade is as a box to box. That will be a stock and trade. It won't be as a false nine. He did unbelievably well this year gone by. But moving forward, he's going to be a box to box, and he's already done championship.
Want to be breaking those lines,
but Bellingham has done championship football. He knows how to be rigid. He knows how to sit next to a six and just be there and be in the spaces and not let the shot go by you and head the ball out and all that kind of stuff. Technically, I actually think obviously Trent would be better, and you can ask Trent to invert when you have the ball. But at this high level, at the Euros versus Germany, Kroos will find out if Trent is not there, if he's not on it, if he doesn't know where to be. And that time and space stuff is different when Trent is wide. No, but Trent's technique will shine. He's like the most technically gifted guy in England. Yeah. His technique will always shine through. But as I said, I think playing from right back, he gets the time and space to show you how technically gifted he is. Playing in central midfield when it's 1-2 passes, ratting around.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't know. He's got it, but has he got it like that?
I'm not looking at Jude and being like, yeah, you're the perfect partner for Rice to progress the ball forward and play through the lines. And I'm looking at Jude and thinking, from what I've seen of Jude, his best attributes are late runs to the box, going beyond, and especially if you can play Jude as a number 10 with Harry Kane and you can have Jude running beyond him.
I do think Trent needs to play for England. I do think that. Unless
game, you'll take him out.
If like in a big game, I would not. I'd leave Jude in there. But in a big game, unless big game, I'm talking about you've got an Mbappe on the other side or a Sane potentially or whatever it could be. Someone with real pace and power who we know can rip Trent.
Yeah.
Then it's like, all right, I'll put Walker in there and I'll ask Trent to come on at 70 minutes to either win it for us or just come on and do your thing now, see it out. Like it's going to be an Arteta type of thing of like it depends on the opponent. Because I do think Walker's defensive solidarity. But if anybody else were with a dominant team, yeah, Walker chew bench and let Trent get in there and do his thing.
But then
that's where he would play.
I feel like those international tournaments, like we could play England's group is Denmark, Serbia, and Slovenia, right? All three of those countries, from what we know about the Euros, could have a winger that we've never heard of before that absolutely cooks him.
Yeah, and no, but you live with that with Konza out there. Because Trent will do what he does on the ball.
And then, but if they're ripping Trent, there's problems. It's not like, Konza's Saliba. and now he's just clearing up all of this mess.
That's what it's there for,
If Trent gets ripped, ball in the box, Mitrovic, bang.
No,
I picked the same centre-back, Stones and Konza. that's very likely to get bullied.
On Stones' side for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stones slipping and sliding everywhere like he does. Yeah, pulling a hamstring early, whatever it's gonna be, 100%.
Trent's played biggest stages, biggest games multiple times. Yeah.
But yeah, okay, yeah.
And I also, even though Jude, I don't think Jude, in my opinion, is going to be a lot better than Trent defensively.
No, Jude will be better than
And I
Trent
think you can
defensively.
maximize more from Jude and get the best out of Jude if you play him further forward.
No. Because we've got forward guys. We've got Foden. We've got Palmer. We've got Gordon. You've got
So
Saka.
what are you telling Bellingham to do? Sit there and
It's not sit there. Be a box to box.
Shut up,
Do
shop.
both. Do both. When Rice needs you there, be there. When you need a third man late run into the box, do that third man late run into the box. I think that's Jude's. That's like what he's been born and bred for. Honestly, like Jude, yeah, defensively next to Declan Rice, all he's got to do, even though
I think in a big game that midfield will get.
No, Rice and Bellingham.
I think if Gundo,
that's Pep's dream. That's everybody's dream. 6 foot plus guys, athletes who've got a little bit about them.
If Pep had Rice and Bellingham, his other midfield player would be Rodri. And he played Bellingham as the furthest forward player.
Yeah, because Bellingham is the best, can do that job with the furthest forward. But I'm saying that's every manager's dream. In modern football, you've got 6 foot midfielders.
When Musiala and Wirtz are coming off Bellingham or finding the spaces, crunch. They're going to be behind.
From Declan Rice.
Bellingham's not even going to have seen where they are, and it's going to be a very similar.
Trent is going to get.
That's what I'm saying. It can be a very similar thing. But then why not get Bellingham in what I think is his best position?
No.
We can agree to this. No. It's not like we really care.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, look, let us know in the comments what you think England's best team. Whether you think Trent should play in midfield if he can play there. And where you think Bellingham should play. Because where I do also kind of agree with you with what I'm saying about Bellingham playing his best position is it would be very nice to see Foden play centrally.
Foden has to play centrally.
I don't think he has to, but it would be nice.
Okay, I don't think he has to in the sense that, like, you know, he could definitely do certain games a job outside, but we've also got wingers. Like, you've got Bowen. I'm not saying that Bowen should be starting or whatever, but you've got wingers. You've got Gordon. You've got Saka.
I'd have no issue with your team playing, but I'm going to have an issue if Kobbie Mainoo or Adam Wharton are in there.
Do you know what? I actually think Kobbie and Adam Wharton are going to have big tournaments.
Bro, if England are going to be a country that plays Kobbie Mainoo and Adam Wharton over Trent, then they don't deserve to win anything. They don't deserve to win anything.
Yo,
Adam Wharton's played 7 good games of Premier League football.
He's a natural born-bred English midfielder.
I'm done with this. All right, so moving it on, we're going to mention our top 5. And some of the players we've just mentioned there might be in this.
Yeah.
So we're going to... I've compiled a list here of the top 5 players to watch for at the Euros. Now, we're not doing the best players.
Yeah. That's how I did my list as well.
We're not doing the guys we think are going to score the most goals or even necessarily have the best tournaments. We've just kind of done this on a case of like, who are we individually most looking forward to or most excited to kind of see play in the Euros, and who could potentially have a big impact on their team, right? So you're not going to hear names like Mbappe or even maybe Cristiano or those kind of guys. You're not going to hear those kind of names, right? And I've actually done mine in order.
Oh, I haven't done mine in order.
From 5 to 1. So do you want to go first? Or?
Yeah, I can go first. I don't have mine in order, but one of the guys that I must keep my eye on, mainly because I think he's like half AI, half NPC. I'm not sure of him yet. Lamine Yamal.
Okay, yeah.
This Barcelona guy, 16, the youngest, or he might be 17 now, youngest guy to ever play for Spain. The bits and bobs I see of him, super. He seems he should be 25. He should be 25. Yeah.
He does look 16. So. But yeah, I mean, the way he's influencing games at the highest level,
he's like a non-negotiable starter for Barcelona, whatever it is. Dumb, stupid age.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
So I 100% need to see if is he real.
Do you reckon Spain are gonna have a decent tournament?
No, I don't think they'll be. I think they'll be better than they've been for the last couple tournaments, but. Any sort of pace and power, I think, will kill Spain, and that's
Rodri.
Yeah, but he's like the only guy that can keep and
Pedri.
Pace and power? Come on, you should booty pass Pedri. Like anybody that can make. That's what I'm saying. Like Bellingham picking up the ball from running like in a straight line from the halfway line.
It's John Stones.
Get off. yeah. And obviously Reggie will come in and crunch.
Yeah.
But it's like, who else is going to clean up if that ball falls into somebody else's lap?
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, this Lamine Yamal guy, like from the stuff I've been seeing in the Champions League, even in you know, Barcelona, like, is he real? I need to know. Can he actually really rip a man at the highest level the whole world watching? Is he one of those like star boys that you need to 100% put all your stocks into now?
Yeah. I definitely think he's one guy that I can look at and think like there could be around a 16 game where he scores a late minute.
Yeah. Legacy stuff.
Yeah. And kind of stamps his name on this tournament or whatever. But yeah, I think I had him down as an honourable mention, but yeah, he didn't actually make my top 5.
That's it. Yeah, 5 guys. Okay, go on. Give us one then.
What's one that I had was Jeremy Frimpong.
Yeah, okay, fair.
I think that he's obviously had a very good season at Bayer Leverkusen, doing what he's doing. I think Ronald Koeman's going to switch between a 4 at the back and a 5 at the back. And I think he fits into both those systems, just like he's been doing at Leverkusen. Can play as a wing back, can play as a winger even. I think he can. We saw one of the goals he scored.
His first goal
with his left foot
for the Netherlands.
Yeah, ridiculous finish. I think he can chip in with goals and assists. And I think 1v1, he's going to be a bit of a demon to beat as well.
Yeah, I can see
he's
that.
Fast, strong, agile, and I think and I've also got him in here. I tried to pick 5 players from 5 different nations as well.
Oh, okay.
Just so we can maybe talk about more countries. But I do also think the Netherlands have a fairly decent chance of doing all right in this tournament.
I did until De Jong got out.
Yeah, big miss, huge miss, potentially their best player.
Yeah.
But I think defensively, Netherlands are pretty strong. So I think, and obviously, if you go to a tournament and defensively, you can kind of
they do have
down.
Van der Ven, Ake,
Van Dijk,
Van Dijk,
Dumfries, Frimpong.
Yeah, no, they do definitely have a good defense.
If they'd had De Jong in front of that, I mean, De Jong would have been on my list.
100%.
Yeah, but after he got injured, but yeah.
I do hear that. No, fair enough. Another one I had was Rafael Leao.
I've got Rafael Leao.
Yeah.
Third.
Baller. He doesn't need to convince me that he's a talented guy.
Yeah.
I know he's a talented footballer.
Yeah. But you have certain doubts because we've had conversations off there.
Yeah, it's just one of these things of like, how seriously is he going to take football?
Yeah.
He's super talented. He's already won the league. He kind of became a made man. But, you know, a year ago when he won the league, it was like, you know, where's he going to go to? Real Madrid, Barcelona, Premier League, He's kind of been, not so. He's had a good year, but it's just like, all right, I need now one of these, like, not even legacy tournaments. Just put in 4 or 5 games where we're like, okay.
Yeah.
I see it.
You know, we were talking about earlier about that superstar quality.
Yeah.
I know Rafael Leao has that.
Exactly.
Right. I know Rafael Leao
can win a game,
can beat 4 players and bury it.
Yeah.
Right. But if he goes and does that, not even consistently, but if he has like 2 of those kind of crazy goals and he maybe scores 4 or 5 goals in the tournament or whatever, I think Portugal have a very good team.
Very good team.
A very good team.
Yeah.
And I think if Rafael Leao has a good tournament, they could very easily win this.
100%.
Like, because for everything, France are the favourites. They've probably got the best team and whatever, but Rafael Leao can't be defended by any.
I was gonna say,
I think Walker would.
I was gonna say, not even Walker.
Yeah,
would find it because Rafael Leao in every aspect. Yeah, it could be like Walker's. Not to say that he would always,
because all of Walker's strengths are Rafael Leao's strengths.
Yeah, he's got the trickery of a Vinny.
Yeah,
he's got the pace. He's also 6 foot. You know, he's not just easily going to be barged off the ball if he wants to. Yeah, if he wants to be strong. Ways. He can slow Walker down. See how Mbappe beats Walker, where it's like, I slow you down, I speed you up. Yeah. He could do all of that, and he can cut in and just bend it 25 yards. And
he's potentially almost got more facilities than Mbappe.
That's what I'm saying. But is he serious? I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know. Like, is he really gonna?
Because as much as we're saying that, he could also go to a tournament and come away with 1 goal.
Exactly, and like,
and not a great, and not really.
Yeah, just sort of drag your feet around the pitch, and like your team needs you, and you go out with a whimper and.
Like, I want to be seeing round of 16 quarterfinals ISO, Rafa
Yeah,
Leao,
yeah,
ISO,
yeah,
ISO,
yeah.
run it, run it.
And he's got Bruno. Like, I think Bruno's actually gonna have a good tournament. Fernandez,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Bruno will find you as much as we might say what we want about him as a United player. Like, he's got the quality to say, "Oh, this guy
Yeah.
has it 1v1 or whatever."
Bruno to Rashford. That's what that is.
Bruno will do the ball in
Yeah,
behind the
yeah,
no look, long looping ball.
yeah,
The Jorginho one where it's like, I know where you are.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Bernardo Silva.
yeah, yeah,
All these guys can find him.
yeah. Exactly. He's got
And
intelligent guys next to
even
him.
if they don't start Ronaldo and they start João Felix, I think there's even more like pressure on Rafael Leao to be the goal scorer in that
I
team.
saw João Felix was Barcelona's second top scorer this season.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Portugal have a very good team. A
It's
very good
nuts.
team. Cancelo behind him potentially.
Yeah.
Like, I think Rafael Leao's a good one. The one I had at number 4 here is actually N'Golo Kante.
He's not getting any minutes.
You don't think so?
No.
He's been starting a lot.
He's
for
not.
France.
Okay, sorry. He's gonna get some minutes,
He's been starting a lot.
but I will be so.
And there's
shocked.
no way you can tell me with any certainty what team Deschamps gonna pick.
No. I know Saliba won't be in it. That's why.
But I think Kante might play. I think he might play Kante. And the other thing is that I don't think Kante's game. I know he's been in Saudi for the last year or whatever. But
his game is his game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His game's not affected.
Yeah,
by that.
yeah. His game is
like
his game.
Kante's gonna come and he's gonna be the fittest player in the tournament.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the guy who covers the most distance, the
He'll
most
be
yards.
rigid.
And I think if N'Golo, like I had an honourable mention here for Camavinga, because Camavinga I wanted to put in my list.
I love Camavinga
because I think Camavinga will get minutes.
Yeah,
and he'll be able to play. But I think
Camavinga needs to be starting in that team.
Yeah. Maybe with Tchouameni.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they're going to do it, right? But if Kante plays, I think Kante could help facilitate those other midfielders like he's done his whole career.
Yeah,
and I think that could be a massive thing for France.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. That it's an interesting shout because I do wonder how many minutes he'll give him, seeing as he's come from Saudi.
Yeah. But I know in training, Kante's just
he's doing his thing.
Everyone.
Yeah. No, that is a fair one.
And if Kante plays to any sort of level, I think it's a wrap. I don't know how you compete with that when you got Camavinga, Mbappe, all of these guys.
It's true.
I think Kante,
Tchouameni, Camavinga could work. Could be
yeah, and you could just allow Camavinga to kind of be a 10.
You've got Griezmann as well to come in and do the little like
Rabiot.
9-10 thing. Yeah, it's true. Rabiot legs.
Yeah,
get him in there, run around. Fairs. I've got also an interesting one as well here. Rasmus Højlund.
Damn. Okay.
I need to see
on your list
exactly. Because
explain this.
Shattered him all year. I think he was subpar at best. But now he doesn't have the excuse that United fans are giving.
You put him in the top 10 worst Man United transfers, didn't you?
Yeah, I might have. I genuinely might have. But now he doesn't have the excuse of, he gets no service or this and that. The Ten Hag system, what is he meant to do? He's feeding off scraps up there. And Denmark is a lot of people's sleepers, like sleeper team in this tournament. Denmark, they've got a good team, or they've got a decent amount of guys. Yeah, he is the number one striker for them. And I just want to see, honestly, in a different system, maybe a system that's more suitable to his playing style and all this kind of stuff. What are you on? Yeah, I don't even need to see him score or bag, 6 goals.
When United fans are saying he's played in the front two his whole career.
Yeah, exactly.
Denmark are going to play a front
two. You're going to have a partner up there with you. It's for your country. You're the number one guy. You play for Man United. You got the 9 in your back.
All these crosses in the box.
It's all going to be set up to make sure you get the goals. All of it. Yeah,
and you're gonna have the chance to play against Stones.
So let me see what you're about. And even just don't. I don't like my thing about Rasmus is I feel like a lot of the times, I was having this argument with my friends about who's better between Rasmus and Nunes, and like they're all like Nunes is worse. I think Nunes is better only because Nunes can miss a million chances, but he's in the game. He's in the game always. He's terrible, but he's in the game. Rasmus, like they'll drag him off after 70 minutes. You're like, oh yeah, Rasmus was up there, was he? Like, get involved. Show me you're a footballer. Show me what you're about. Some build-up play, some bringing the ball down, getting Eriksen on it, whatever it's going to be. Yeah. I need to see what Rasmus is like. And then go back to United. And if it's Ten Hag, it's Ten Hag. and the system and the chances.
If Rasmus
And
scores a couple goals,
if he looks tired, if he's like a decent player, I see why they spent 70 million on him, and there was all this sort of hoopla from Atalanta.
Yeah.
If Rasmus goes to Denmark and Skamaka's outscoring him, so like Skamakas, Skamaka's playing exactly all these guys putting the work, and Rasmus is floundering.
Yeah. It's not a good look. I think that's a good one, and I agree. From where you're coming from, you're going to be hate watching Rasmus
intensely.
My next one, I tried to avoid putting Arsenal players on my list, right, for obvious reasons. But honorable mention was Kai Havertz. He didn't actually make my list,
of course.
Nagelsmann has said that Havertz is going to be the number 9. I think I'm going to put a bet on Havertz to be top goal scorer of the Euros.
Don't. Well, he could be, to be fair, but it'll be a penalty taken.
And I think if Havertz has a big tournament, we've already spoken about. I think Germany could have a very good chance. After France, I think they're potentially my second favourites. But number 2 on my list, Bukayo Saka.
Is it?
I've said this to you off air. I can't wait to watch Saka play ball in the Euros. I'm pretty confident that Saka's going to be left 1v1 a lot more than he is at Arsenal. And these whole things of, Saka hasn't played that well this year, or he's dropped off, or his all-round game, and Saka's not a 1v1 guy anymore. When Saka has that time and space, I'm expecting him to cook, man.
I actually think he will, like in the group stages, he'll cook. Even the latter stages, he could cook.
When it gets to the latter stages, of all of England players, with no Rashford there, I'm relying on Saka.
No, England should be relying on Saka. But I think that's when I think England, and this is going to sound crazy, but I think teams will set up regardless of what's going on, to make sure Saka is double teamed at all times. They would rather let Kane have time and space in the middle of the park. Yeah,
they'll play a left back at left wing.
Yeah. They would rather Kane have time and space, dropping deep, doing all that nonsense. Not nonsense, but all that stuff in the middle of the field, than ever let their defender
get 1v1.
Have more than 1 or 2. If there is a percentage chance that Saka can get 2 or 3 or 4 1v1s in the system that you're playing, you're gonna lose that.
Cornbread.
Yams.
Anything you want.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Serbia and these guys, they're done. They don't know what demons. They don't know what demons turning up at their doorstep.
Exactly. And I think, again, that's part of the reason why I kind of want Trent in the team. I think Trent can facilitate that.
Yeah.
But then if you have Foden centrally, but of all those guys, I think when England, and we've seen this in tournaments before, both Euros and World Cup, when England get to the quarterfinal, semi-final, me personally, I think the most likely person to step up and say, when the game's getting tough, give me the ball, I'll beat my man, I'll try and it's Saka. I think he's most likely to just kind of say, I'll make something happen in this game.
If things ever do get tight, they will 100% go to him.
Yeah. And I think if he has that kind of tournament where he's almost he won't be carrying the attack on the back because there's so many talented attacking players.
Yeah.
But if he has that tournament where it's kind of like a bit obvious, Saka's the guy. Feed him the ball, let him cook, cut back to Kane. Maybe Kane scores. It might not even be like a goals and assist thing, but you'll watch that game and you'll think, Saka was the best player on the pitch.
It will be because, and I said this, even though big teams will have game plans for him, that maybe not French, but that Spanish fullback who's not Carvajal, that Italian defender who's never really come across an English team, that guy who plays for a top team, but is maybe just playing Europa League or wherever it is, hasn't really versed in English. Once Saka rips him going down the right, and then rips him cutting inside, and he knows, oh man, and
then rips him purely for PMP.
Yeah. Do you know the Saka little and he hasn't done it that much this season, but when Saka used to take the ball on his back foot, from Odegaard's drilled it into him. It'll be Harry Kane, whoever it will be, and that defender thinks they can get in ahead of him, and they've got the muscle, whatever, and
Udogi.
Yeah, yeah.
Saw that at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Got himself booked after half an hour.
That
Yeah.
will be on rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony, I agree. Well, I'm not shocked that you put Saka in there, but I'm shocked because I thought, another guy I've gone for. This is an interesting one as well because I don't think many people would have him, but I've gone for the Ukrainian striker, Artem Dobrik.
Yeah.
Finished top scorer
Yeah.
of the league.
What was it? Girona he plays for?
Yeah. And Ukraine also have. They're not going to pull up any trees, but
Mudryk.
Zinchenko.
Yeah.
I think they're
Zabani.
Yeah. There's a couple of guys in there. There's somebody else from the Ukrainian team who are missing out. But I want to see what he's on for real. As I said, there's certain guys who we know we're going to get production from. Mitro, Skamaka will do stuff for Italy. Fulkrug, who I said is going to be Miroslav Klose in this tournament.
Yeah.
In this tournament. But this guy is like 24, 25, 26, however old he is. He has the potential to make a move. I feel like there's going to be a lot of clubs, searching for a striker after the Euros. And any striker that goes out there and grabs 4 goals.
Yeah, he could be,
doesn't even need to, as I said, doesn't need to finish. He finished top scorer of Spain, but what is he on? Big stage, everybody watching,
I think that's a really good one, to be fair, because, top scorer in La Liga. If he goes and has a good Euros, that'll just whack an extra 20 million on
Literally.
the price tag. And he could end up going for 50 plus.
There's a lot of clubs that will be can allow it wouldn't even be delusional maybe, but they will be like, oh, that's exactly what we need.
Yeah,
big
because he's 6 foot plus.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. He's meant to be able to score with either foot.
Yeah.
That's it. A lot of Premier League clubs are like, oh, that's exactly the.
And looking at it there, Ukraine could definitely get out of the group. They probably should get out of the group.
Romania, Slovakia, Belgium.
Yeah.
I
think that's a good one. Because I'm also interested. I've barely seen any of him.
Exactly.
So when I watch Ukraine, I'm going to be thinking, okay, this is the top scorer in La Liga. So show me something.
Yeah.
My last one, and this was number 1 on my list, I think potentially could be the crown jewel in the team, is Florian Wirtz.
Yeah. I knew you was going to put him in there.
Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of Florian Wirtz, but I remember on this podcast I said Florian Wirtz is one of those guys where you can watch 10-15 minutes of him, and in that 15 minutes he does 3 things that you're like, okay, this guy is operating on a different level now. A bit like Luka, right? You can watch Luka, anyone watching the NBA right now, you can watch Luka in 5 possessions, and in those 5 possessions he's done 3 things that are like, okay, his operating system, everything, he's understanding of the game. And you said to me you were like, Florian Wirtz might not even start, and I agree with that. He might not, but I think he's gonna play.
He will get minutes, to be fair.
That he might work his way into the team. I've spoken about how I think Germany have a very good chance in these Euros. I think some people might think Musiala.
He's literally, just to combine the conversation, he's my other guy.
Okay, yeah. So we could talk about both of them.
Because I think Musiala is gonna have I think people know the name, people know he's nice, people know, oh, he's a talented boy playing for Bayern Munich, Germany as well. But I think this is gonna be they put him into the Vinny, Foden. I think this is gonna be that.
So you reckon he's gonna be like the best player?
I think he's gonna break out. And I think when things get tough for Germany, I think Florian Wirtz is going to have a very, very good tournament. Yeah. But I think it will be because Musiala's going to have that Lamine Yamal goal you spoke about, where it's quarterfinals.
I think Florian Wirtz could have.
I've
seen some of the goals Florian Wirtz.
I've seen some of the goals Musiala's been scoring.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of those ones where it's Germany could find themselves 1-1 or 1-0 down, wherever it is. And Musiala just dribbles past 3 guys and whacks it top bins. Yeah. Or he does that. He could do the he's fingerprint, thumbprint is all over the game. I can see them both playing as well.
Yeah.
Because there is space on the left wing. For one of them to do some work.
And I preface this by saying these aren't the best players. So this isn't even a conversation about who's better out of Wirtz.
Yeah.
But similar for the reason that you said at the start when you were like, I feel like guys know the name Musiala, they know the name whatever, but he's actually gonna. I feel like a lot of people aren't fully aware of what Florian Wirtz is on.
It's true. It's true.
So Musiala might actually have a better tournament, but I think there'll
By
be
the end
a
of it.
surprise factor
Yeah,
in Florian Wirtz that will be, because Rio's been, Musiala, the best player in the world.
But Rio,
in between the line.
Rio
But
does not
that's
watch,
going everywhere.
It's going everywhere. Rio does not watch a lick of German football. A lick of German football.
But that's what I'm saying. There's already an understanding of, okay, Musiala's like Champions League against Arsenal, big stage and whatever. People would have tuned into that game.
I hear it.
I think there'll be a surprise
Musiala's name
factor.
is a bit more certified.
Yeah. I think there'll be a surprise factor in Florian Wirtz of like, this is him coming to the table, like international stage in his own country, coming up big, maybe with big goals, maybe with big performances. But I also think there's just going to be and I mean, they're both playing for Germany.
Yeah, that's the thing.
In front of Kroos, Gundogan, Goretzka,
Kimmich, whoever you want, it's all there. You know, I can see that as well. I can 100% see Florian Wirtz. I can even see him having that sort of Mesut Ozil 2010 World Cup type of thing, where it's like that, as you say, unexpected package. Yeah, the guy's nice in Germany.
Yeah,
people thought, Wolfsburg. Yeah, cool. Not Wolfsburg, sorry, Bremen. Cool.
Yeah.
But he goes to 2010 World Cup and you're like, okay, nah.
Yeah.
You know,
he's cooking your favorite midfield.
Yeah, exactly. They get like,
because there's an element of Musiala beating three men and putting in the top corner that people be like, yeah, that's Musiala.
Yeah.
But
people say you should have known.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But if you see Florian Wirtz do that, it's a bit more like, oh, who's that good? But obviously, there's no like right way to do this list. But that was the only reason why I put Wirtz in there.
No, I do hear it.
I do think Musiala is gonna have a good tournament.
So who are your favorites then?
To win the whole thing. I think favorites, I have to say France.
Yeah.
Right. But I think Germany are going to win it. I think
Germany have. I was saying to you, I'm still big on Germany. I'm not going to come off them.
I don't think the German team is that far off the French team.
It's not. They've got winners up and down. They've got World Cup winners the same way France have got World Cup winners. All that. And I think Germany, because they've not done so well recently, it's not that people are going to be surprised by them, but I think they don't have as much pressure on them. The players themselves going into it. People want to see a good. People want to see a good.
It is in Germany.
People want to see a good performance at home. Yeah, and the German teams are like, we want to win. But I don't think the rest of the world is coming out saying Germany must win this at home. The same way you've said France have to be the favorites. You know, they don't have that pressure of like, you absolutely like, and I think even 5% less of that pressure can make a team play better.
Yeah, true.
So I do hear you on that. I think I'm still high on Germany, but I do think, man, I don't think Portugal will win it, but Portugal have a very good team.
Very good team.
Like, and Roberto Martinez, I know he didn't win anything with Belgium, but he's a manager I trust.
Yeah.
At these high levels.
He gets clowned a lot.
He gets clowned a lot.
He does get clowned.
He gets clowned a lot, but he is a manager I trust at these high levels. And then obviously, again, I don't think England will win it because they've got a manager that will get found out. But I wouldn't be surprised if England find themselves in the semi-finals.
England should make the semi-final purely based on the ability of that squad.
Yeah.
Right? If England don't make the semi-final,
failure.
There's been a massive fuck up somewhere. Right? But this makes me laugh when they ask the pundits, who's going to win? And they say England. Like Rio, Joe Cole, Gary Neville.
They can't.
I'm looking at them like, there's no way you believe this.
They can't contractually. I'm sure they can't contractually say anything else.
Yeah.
It's like social suicide working for TNT Sports saying.
And they're like, I want to show the boys that I believe in. And I was like, yo, it does not matter.
I was telling my mom this the other day because I was having dinner or I was like in the kitchen doing something and it was like Sky News and they were doing the whole, so the boys have just turned up. First training session. I was like, well, here we go again. Like the unavoidable, the everywhereness of it. Yeah. LBC. So
I saw something they were doing interviews with some German locals, obviously out in Germany, asking them about England, and nearly every single one of them said, "I don't know why England are considered as one of the favorites." Nearly every single one of them.
I love the Euros. It's going to be great, but I'm a big football fan. But the I don't know, something about the trying to capture the casual
Yeah.
by blasting it everywhere.
Yeah.
It really pisses me off, man. I don't even know how to describe it.
And look, the only reason why I think we're both very confident that England won't win it,
Managerially.
exactly.
Anything else?
Exactly.
Put
Because what I say about the German squad or starting 11, I'll say that about
yeah.
maybe not defensively. It's a bit suspect, but England have so many like
Talented world class players.
attacking players in particular that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Germany. Well, you gonna go for Portugal?
No. I'm gonna go for Germany as well. Still, I do think they're favorites, but I just think Portugal are like,
Yeah.
and some of the other guys that I think will do well.
Yeah, look, we'll do MVPs and rookies.
Yeah.
MVPs, I've got Iceland.
Yeah, big shout out.
Beating England. Same time I got England as a rookie last game before a major tournament, and you lose at home to Iceland. And my other MVP was Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, he's been balling.
I think not only is he an Arsenal fan, but for anyone that's been following the NBA, following Boston, I thought Jason Tatum was the guy. I thought it was Jason Tatum's team.
It's not actually, no.
I thought Jaylen Brown was an unbelievable second option. One of the best.
One of the best in the league, yeah.
I've never doubted, even when Wivey was calling Jaylen Brown sweaty.
Yeah, no. I was saying this.
I've always liked Jaylen Brown, but I think this is his team.
Do you know what?
I genuinely think this is his team,
and I think the Celtics would agree with you because they pay him more money. He technically, is the highest paid in that squad.
Yeah.
So it's maybe
they're doing a good PR job of like when Jason Kidd was like Jaylen Brown's their best player. I love that.
From Jason Kidd.
Very Jose.
Yeah.
Let's just cause distress, ruin the harmony in that dressing room. Let's tell them Jaylen Brown is your guy. And Drew Holiday's like, I don't disagree. And then he's coming out and he's like, I want to clarify what I said yesterday. But yeah, Jaylen Brown he's turned up big time.
He's turned up big time. Games. I also want to shout out Luka, man, because Luka's like, he's been balling. Yeah. Like Luka's been balling. And the thing about Luka, like as you say, some of the shots that he drills, like Celtics will go on a run, and I'll be like, no, this is no, and then Luka will come off after a timeout, whatever it is, and just sink a 30-yard three.
Yeah,
and be like, all right. It's back down to 10. It's back down to 7. And you have hope.
Straight from the side.
Yeah, you have hope all over again. Maybe we can get a stop here. Gaffer can get, like the Luke. And I'm not even like, I like the Dallas Mavs. I want the Mavs to win. But I can imagine like living or dying by Mavs basketball this year. And like, those are the like when Luka drains it from deep and you're like, all right, please, let's get something going here. I want to shout out Luka for his first final appearance. He's done his thing. He definitely needs some help. But no, I agree with your shout outs. Hey, shout out Kristaps Porzingis. I don't know what he's been on. He's been like this all season.
Yeah.
But coming back from injury.
Ends.
Yeah.
Blocks, 3-pointer, pull-up jumpers.
That first game was ridiculous. He came off the bench and he hit
20 points.
5 out of his first 7 shots. I think Mavs will get the game tonight though. Yeah. They need it. Anyway.
They need the next 2.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, if they lose tonight, it's done. It's done.
Maybe a sad way to go.
But Porzingis might be injured. So
yeah, exactly. Thank goodness.
The thing is, I haven't given Jason Tatum a rookie because he is still 2.
Do you know what? Do you know the thing about Jason Tatum as well is
he's on track to win the championship, so I can't give him a rookie.
I didn't even send it to you, but he was saying like, oh, wow, they let my ego. He's even saying all the right things. Yeah. He was like, "Wow, I'm so close to everything I've ever wanted."
And then guys bringing up his box score, and he's taking the same amount of shots as Luka and draining less than half of them. I can't give him a rookie.
But you can't give him a rookie. And he's
not playing badly.
Exactly. He still comes out with 22.
Yeah, but he ain't.
Yeah. And he doesn't score.
And also Joe Mazzulla, there's no wonder him and Pep get along.
Yeah, of course, the same guy.
When he compared Jason Tatum to Neymar, today, I was like, yeah, this is Pep. This is the NBA version of Pep.
Do you know why John Mazula's cracked? It's because of his philosophy about basketball. Like he chooses, like, he lives and dies by this, like, if we take the most amount of high percentage 3-point shots, mathematically we just can't lose.
Yeah.
And so he lives on that.
Yeah.
So you've got Chris Naps, you've got Drew Holiday, you've got Jaylen Brown, you've got Jason Tatum,
Derek White.
You've got 5 guys that can shoot the basketball. No one in the paint. Swing.
Even the guy Al Horford, Tatum Pritchard, all these guys coming in.
Swing, open 3. Like all, it's not even like
it's very much Pep, but dominate possession.
Exactly.
In the opposition half.
Exactly.
And we spoke about this off air. We won't go into too much detail, but killing the individual off script. Tatum, no more 60-point games, no more 50-point games.
No, here's the system. Here's
how you feel.
Yeah, learn your role, and I'll take you to the promised land.
But yeah, you got any rookies?
Rookies. Oh, no, I got another MVP. Islam Makachev. Boy, animal.
Yeah.
Animal.
I'd actually give Poirier an MVP.
Yeah, I would as well.
I did not expect Poirier to last that long.
No, but rookies, no one's screaming at me. No one's jumping out at me. Oh, and sorry, another MVP. Hendrick.
Yeah.
Oh, even Vinny, to be fair, in that game, came on as a sub. Set up the winner.
I'm looking forward to Copa America.
Yeah. But Copa America, I remember the last time I watched it, 20% of that is football.
Yeah.
20% of that is football.
But that's why I love it. Fouls, arguments,
screaming.
Fights.
Yeah. Romero will lose his head. He's going to get 2 or 3 red cards. Well, no doubt in this tournament.
See reports that Real Madrid are interested.
Yeah, I wonder what's.
They're saying why are they not interested in Saliba?
Well, lock him down then. If that's what you need. If you need Romero, lock him in.
Yeah. Get him to partner Van der Ven for the rest of his career at Tottenham. But yeah, look, I think that's everything from us. So if you have listened, drop a like on this, let your friends know, tell a friend to tell a friend about the pod. We're going to be doing some impromptu Euro stuff, and we've also got a top 10 worst Arsenal transfers lined up.
Stay tuned.
So we did the Man United one. In the honesty of fairness, we have to do the Arsenal one, which could be funny. So thank you guys for listening. And we'll see you next week. Peace.